So, as they try to make me imagine me being the one raping children, I know the reality that they work for governmental entities that have problem with doing things to children, that are doing a lot of child porn, and some of them have raped children. And this, what I'm saying, is not just a conspiracy theory. There is validation that the DoD, actually, one of the biggest validation, the most undeniable validation, is to find that there's a bill called ANT, National Defense Network Abuse Act, which specifically tried to support the limit to limit the amount of child porn the DoD is trafficking. They have a whole bill created because they were ranking so much. They were ranked 19th out of 2,900 for trafficking so much child porn, making them a top tier network for trafficking child porn. This is real. Child Protective Service ranked them as that. And in this program, they torture children sexually. You know, my alarm just rang at 4 o'clock in the morning. That's what this is part two. I was making the first video and then the alarm came in, and so they tried to make me think of four. Remember what you did as a kid. You see the picture of the child that they say, oh, you paid for what you did today, to what you did as a child today. They're in a program that tortured children with Down syndrome. You've heard the testimony, and I always bring that up because they say, four, think about what you did as a kid. It's like, no, four, think about the 4-year-old kid with Down syndrome that was sexually tortured in this program. You're involved in a program that does that to kids. And they hate that. This is what they want to compensate with the torture I'm going to go through, because they want to live this fantasy that somehow they're involved in a different program that is not torturing even children with Down syndrome that are only 4 years old. And I keep bringing that in their face. So what they live off is like, oh, you're going to be raped. They're so horny, they're waiting for you. It's like, listen, any torture I'm going to go through, whatever scream you're going to watch me go through, I reassure you, I would rather go through this horrible hell than live the life doing what you do, get the incentives that you get out of it. I will never want to be associated with anything that does these horrible things to children and women. Never. I will never want to have that on me, ever, even close to associated to that. You are working for governmental entities that do these mean things to even babies. So if I have to choose between being raped and screaming in pain, but tortured and asked, as whatever they say, I'll choose that over being involved in a program where they do this thing to children, and then this low life I try to counter this reality that I can clearly hear, and I always hear every day, in case they make me forget about it. And on top of that, being linked to these DoD entities that happen to have so much child porn issues, while I'm involved in a program that rewires the brain with this technology, and then being such a disrespectful person to myself for being a clown to try to counter the fact that this technology is now rewiring people's brain in these ways, when there's pure validation that can just easily be accessed by pressing play to hear somebody say, hey, there's this technology that's been utilized on these target individuals that they all talk about. And they've been consistently saying the same thing all around the country, that this technology is cognitively manipulating and controlling the brain. Oh, there's things called EEG, heterodyning, heterodyning cloning that not only has the ability to capture your neural network, to not only monitor your EEG network, manipulates it too. And they are manipulating the brain, making the individual experience the design reaction. I have people saying random things to say, no, you just monitor it. It's like, okay, I was saying this thing even before I knew that this thing existed. They live a creation of false reality, and I'm looking at them going through whatever real reality they go through. It's like, really? You don't have respect for yourself? I understand. You think you think that's going to gaslight me? No. Do I look like I'm being gaslighted? Do I look like I'm identified to this gaslighting tactic? No. But that's what they are here trying to talk about how I'm going to be burning. I'm like, I'd rather get burned. I'd rather burn in hell than do what you do. I truly do. This is the kind of things that will make somebody burn themselves just to make a point. And I'm not that type of person. This is somebody, when you hear people to protest against a something that's so crazy that they will go somewhere, burn, light themselves on fire, just to make a point. I'm feeling close to that. I feel like if somebody put on a fire somewhere, I could jump in it because they've given me some level of dignity that is surreal. They've given me this feeling that is surreal. They can never make themselves look like anything but people involved in a program that tortures some of the most vulnerable. I know there's people died. People have killed because of what they cost people. And these opportunists now, what they're trying to do is to create this fake anger that they make themselves experience, so they can be like, oh, we're so mad. Because the truth is, they should see them. They don't want to see themselves for being involved in a program where babies are being tortured. They come up with fantasies that are so bullshit. They live off a false reality. Even the fact that they try to sound so fierce when they're just cowards that came and say Roy Moore and say it in this scared way, but still try to sound fierce, is an indication that they're just cowards and delusional trash that just enjoy the opportunities, whatever they are, from this program. And I will refuse to let them live their fantasy. By the way, as I said, Roy Moore, that's when the time to say Roy Moore, because they know they cannot say it in a clear way. I'm so thankful for that. I could be them talking to people via V2K. It's like, no, they're mean. You're gonna die. They're not. I could have lived that life. Then while I'm looking at myself, like, oh my gosh, this is how stupid I'm becoming. I have to gaslight this person, disorient him by saying this thing in this fashion. What kind of clown am I? And then say this war, no, it's retardation mode. Then tell him how you're going to be scared. It's like, yes, I will never want to trade place into that. Yes, I'll be terrified, but guess what? I swear to God that during my terrifying state, in whatever things they frame me into, I will never be like, if I could just live the life of this low life. If I could if please God, let me live their life while I'm terrified and screaming pain. It will never happen. Do you know how disgusting it is to say that? I know that's true. I know the torture they talk about is going to be horrible. And I know that even in my worst pain, it will never be a moment where I'll be like, I wish I could be living like them. Can you imagine somebody who is expecting to be tortured in ways that are so horrible? It still will never want to trade places with these people. That's why I say thank you to God. You know, for me, I'm isolated. I feel this way in this way, isolated. I just couldn't know. I just imagine if I see them and they try to play these gimmicks, it would be not good. That's why I pray to God to give me strength to find the ways to just not react a way that will make me feel lower than them. Because I truly see them for the cowards and low-life bottom feeders, these bottom feeders that even try to still create this feminism and psyops, so this trash came and say Roy Moore in the program that I had raping women continuously till they kill themselves, and try to agitate me by saying, oh, we're mean. It's like, yes, you know when you're mean, you torture women and babies. Very mean. That's the meanest thing you can do. They want me to be agitated. It's like, no, you are truly mean. You're so mean that you are hurting babies. You're so mean that you torture women and rape them. You see how mean that is? But tell me how I'm going to be raped. So you can escape. Now, I want to go into memory manipulation. This is video few hundreds at this point. The reason why I make these videos is I know it's going to continue. But these mean people trying to make themselves be these fierce people, trying to block out the fact that they do these mean things to not only men, but women and children. I just want to put the level of, like, let's just say this is a mirror. I want to put this mirror in their faces to the point where there's no escapism. First of all, say Roy Moore without me saying it. Okay. Step one, that shows I just put them on the level that they just remember how low they are. Step two, 19th out of 2900 That's the ranking the DoD network was ranked for child porn trafficking. They are working for these governmental entities. Step 3, EEG, heroining, EEG cloning, whatever, however they call it. I'm using those terms because those are the terms used to describe this technology that can rewire your brain, or V2K, synthetic telepathy, or something like that. Those are things that have been literally clearly said, oh, this technology can rewire your brain. The pedophilia type of torture. A woman who gets raped by this technology called that as a tactic to rewire her brain to break her down. A woman literally say, there's a lot of females involved in this program. What kind of woman? You're not even a woman to be able to do this thing, sitting there involved in this thing. These are the trash. Let me know that they are so feminist involved in this program. So I will never let them escape. And so when I'm talking about this different manipulation, I just want to make sure that I get what you're trying to do. I understand you using me in this cognitive warfare as a test subject, trying to use me as one of those matrices to see what trickeries, deceptive tactics works. So here's what they do. They've been falsifying memories all throughout my targeting since August 19, 2019. If you go back, you'll see my first video specific about memory manipulation in 2020. And then you see plenty of random stuff they just manipulate in different ways. One of this manipulation now is this. They try to disorient me in many ways. My memories at this point, as I mentioned, even in 2020, my memories are just slowly fading away, which makes it even easier for them to manipulate it. With time, you realize that your memories are eroding, which means they can replace those memories as much easier way. And things they couldn't do at early stage of this, like synthetic telepathy or EEG cloning or EEG cloning or EEG heroining, when they started. Today they can do that much easier because your brain is truly eroding, your memories is truly eroding. So for me, I just make sure that I put this in their face. It's like, oh, that's not being manipulated. Let me go back to my first memory manipulation, 4 years ago. I was saying that 4 years ago. Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4 years ago. And I say 4 is purposely because they want me to think about 4 and think about me as a kid, but not 4 like the 4-year-old Down syndrome-year-old baby, the girl. There's the 4-year-old girl with the Down syndrome that's been sexual torture yet that many years. Making videos about memory manipulations. And so today what they do, they manipulate memories of, so this is what they do. There's so much trickery. And I also make videos to talk about how they are finding ways to deceive you into to accepting this manipulation. And every time they make you think this way, they start talking about, oh, you're gonna be raped. For example, let me just start with what they manipulate. One, I used to have this huge crush with somebody I dated for it's somewhat dating. It's not really dating, but we had like a little fling thing going on. And I kept following her on Instagram. I probably talked about her before because they tried to manipulate things to her sister. Her name is Leah, right? That's the name I'm making up. And they were trying to rewire this falsified version of it, but with her sister, try to make it. But now what they try to do is to change with the daughter of her sister, right? And I don't want to say niece because they try to rewire that into something else. So the daughter of the sister. I remember since I was following her on Instagram, I was very much, I would gotta say, I was, still thinking about her a lot. So I'll go through her Instagram and I'll see her with her family, and she'll be with the daughter of her sister. This little girl. Okay, nothing new, nothing. Now, to manipulate my memories of how I perceive, to try to give me now to make me accept of the memory manipulation, the way they make me experience my reaction to the way they make me experience today, this reaction I have towards little girls that they force me to have now, they are implanting that in those false memory, in these memories of me seeing the daughter of this crush of mine, the sister. What I mean is, they are changing how I perceive this child by giving me the stimulation they make me have today when I see little girls around that age. They are falsifying my memories. And so the way they started off doing that is, I remember after August 19, 2019, that's the date I always use to put a date when my mind started being rewired. I remember seeing a video of her being proposed by the now husband, and that was after August 19, 2019. And I remember seeing the little girl there. They tried to do this stimulation, but they weren't too aggressive because at the time, it was not too long after August 19, 2019. Like I said, with time, my memory erodes. So they wanted to be a little bit smoother about things. So they didn't give me a real like a strong stimulation. Just a little bit. It feels like they give me a little bit, and my memories is kind of confused a little bit because I feels like it was like when I was with this guy called Roll, and we watched that together. But I don't remember them giving me a stimulation that was intense. Now, like I said, my memories are being eroded. There's a confusion in my memories. They try to say, oh, that was before August 19 or after. It's like, it feels like it was after August 19, 2019. And I don't remember them giving me a strong stimulation. But they're using this to then go into my memories before August 19, 2019, when I was able to see these pictures of her and her niece with nothing, with no reaction, no stimulation, just looking at just wholesomeness, now forced into something else. And so they do this confusion of my brain with my memory being manipulated, because I don't even trust my memories at this point. My timelines in my brain is just being played with. They are playing with my memories, cutting off memories. But the goal of them doing that is because they want me to imagine this reaction be experienced before August 19, 2019, when I was looking at the Instagram profile of this person I had a crush on, and on some of the pictures, she had this kid on it. And so they want me to experience my memories with a stimulation that wasn't there at the time. As always, falsifying memories. And so they try to create some confusion in my brain, in memories. With the time when I saw this video of her being proposed by her now husband, this little girl jumping on her, them giving me some kind of feeling. Which feels like it was when I was at this other apartment with this guy who's a perp, watching that. But the stimulation was not strong. It was just a little, like, it was not even a strong feeling. It was just like, it seemed like they wanted to, like, gauge it, because not too long ago I was able to see this kid with no stimulation. And today they just don't want to make it too obvious that I'm being manipulated. Because less than a year ago, maybe 2 years ago, I was able to see her picture with no problem. So today they're restructuring my memories, putting these stimulations, and every time I experience these false stimulations, like, oh, you pain now, die, abuse, try to change and make me accept these manipulations. So they make me experience this false stimulation they make me experience this stimulation in this memory, falsify my memory, and then say something that's disruptive. Die for it. Suffocate, die. He's gonna burn you, he's gonna rape you. To box in these false memories. This is the tactics they use. When they make you experience something falsified, then they start saying things that just are scary. To block in a false memory, to block in this manipulation, and to make you accept this false reality, to make you accept these false memories. This is what they do. And it's part of the psychological torment and cognitive warfare that they do to falsify memories. They go through my memory manipulation, a bunch from random stuff. And that because your memories are being eroding, so they find ways, okay, let's just play with him. First of all, my memories are just so shaky at this point that the timelines are just confused, which is the cause of them just destroying my memories. Now, it feels, and I'm almost confident that I remember watching the proposal when I was with this guy who's a perp in the other apartment. Or during me living in the apartment over there. Now, because my brain is no longer something I can rely on, this is what I feel. Now, one thing I don't have doubts is when I was seeing the picture of her and her niece, none of these things before August 19, none of it was experienced, zero. But they are changing that by bringing up how they made me experience something or give me a confusion, make me experience that, or bringing up what I think they made me experience at the time. Implant that into my memories before August 19, 2019, when I was able to see her picture with her daughter, the daughter of her sister, and all that. No, even the sisters, all of that, no problem, no stimulation, and manipulating my memories by using these confusion tactics to falsify my memories. And then every time they make me experience this false memory, say something about me being tortured. To box in these false memories. Once again, another way to try to make me acceptive of how they make me experience when I see these kids, these babies, especially little girls. I'll say, oh, and then they act according, oh, I little girls. You like girls. And try to get you to accept these things. Then you hear this perps to go into how it's not fair, now it's you. Then it's like, listen, I made the first video about memory manipulation since 2020. It's 2024. This is almost 4 years. Yes, 4 years as 4 years old, a 4-year-old Down syndrome child is being tortured. Yes. So for me, I will never let them live their fantasy. And they're like, suffer, die. It's like, yes, I'd rather suffer and die than live the life where you manipulate reality to this level and try to gaslight me, you clown. A trash that works for pedophiles that are here forcing people to have this new version of reality. With new memories, putting stimulations because there's babies in it, and then be like, nah, you pay. Involving a program that torture babies too. Clown ass. Then try to come and act, oh, you like little girls and toddlers, trash. When they manipulate your brain this way, whatever I'm gonna go through these horrible things, and they're like, oh, the person who's going to rape you is crazy. It's like, whatever crazy thing I'm going to go through, please understand that this moment I never identify with this false memory. And you are low-life trash that work for pedophiles that are here try to rewire the memories and try to make you acceptive, make me acceptive of these false memories. I will never identify with this. Now, God give me strength for this crazy stuff I'm going to go through. But you bottom feeders, this purpose, this low-life that works for these pedophiles, doing everything possible to make you accept this false memory, I will not let them escape into this bullshit. And I will call out exactly what they do. So when they look at themselves in the mirror, as they try to make themselves, now we're not dead, they see you're a trash ass low life, and I figure what you were doing. Make me experience this false memory and just tell me how crazy this person who's going to rape me is. Okay, God give me strength for whatever I'm going to go through with this crazy person. But trash, I will never let you leave your fantasy with these falsified memories. When you see me, I'll see you. You're the trash who will tell me how crazy this thing I'm going to go through so I can accept this false memory. Trash. Then make yourself believe, yeah, little girls, you trash us. You're forcing men to have sexual reaction to little girls. And then try to make yourself be, nah, pay now, trash what? You eat, sleep, drink. How to manipulate my brain into these pedophilia ways while working for pedophiles, you fucking low lives. I'm sorry for being emotional, but I will never let these bottom fears leave any of that fantasy. Never. They will die knowing that the person that they're torturing this way never identified with this thing. You saw him scream, getting raped, tortured, whatever, but he never identified. Now, time to die for you. You coward who couldn't even say Roy Moore. Death comes to all of us. This is an honorable death. It's a dignified death. I could be living by this low life, this cowardly way of living, getting whatever incentive they got out of it. Watching somebody get raped as if that's gonna make me, oh man, I guess that was true then when the reason why I want to watch him being raped because he put things like this in their face. Those who wanted to escape into this fantasy because they know they're trash and they live a trashy life. And I keep bringing it here, your trashiness. Here, I'm not gonna let you live your fantasy. You're wanting me to experience this experience of my memories this way. with Leah's niece, the daughter. When I say niece, I try to rewire somewhere. It's something else. Leah's the daughter of Leah's sister. We knew there was these reactions and stimulations, and then they're like, "Oh, our daughter, yeah, the daughters that you are here grooming to let them know, grooming to say that I raped them. You trash ass." Death comes to all of us. I'm so thankful that I'm not people living at them. Oh, our daughters. When I'm here, rewind the brain to have a reaction to our children. And be like, our daughter, please leave this disgusting life. Watch how you're going to be blessed. Or whatever amount of figures you get paid for. Whatever, if you get $1, $1 million, I'm so thankful that I will not even want to take a penny from this, even when I'm starving. Well, I'm out here to rewind the brain this way and be, oh, our daughter, our babies. Wow, what a clown. You're a clown for living. And then you tell yourself you're at war. Target individuals, stay strong. And do never, ever, ever identify with any of these manipulations. And stay strong and see them for the low-life cowards that they are.